All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It's Thomas Montgomery. As I mentioned, it is November 12th, 2021. It's a blessing to be able to visit with each of you this morning. Let's go ahead and get started. My screen should be shared, and you should see our topic today, which is a very important one. And as we try to do on Fridays, we're going to have a condensed training, so we'll get through this in just about 15 minutes or so. All right, so our topic today, which should be displayed on your screen, is a brand new easy approval business financing. This is from a bank partner. This isn't some alternative lender back in the back room of a two-bedroom apartment. It is a national bank that has agreed to work with us to help our clients. So we are super excited about this. So as I mentioned here, we just entered into this relationship with the new bank for our access to capital clients. It is a large national bank. That's important, and you may not always realize there are some lenders that only operate in certain geographic areas. This bank is national. They're a direct lender. Now, if they can't get someone approved, they can refer out, but they are a direct lender, and they are consistently loaning over $100 million per month. So they are actively lending money to small businesses. They do specialize in non-confirming loans, which is wonderful because, as we know, some of our clients are not really well suited for traditional financing. So that means that they have a willingness to work with clients that may have issues with one or more of their 3 C's. They do have the working capital loans. And what a working capital loan means is it's just cash funding to use for whatever use, payroll, marketing, advertising, what have you. It doesn't have to be allocated towards specific assets. They also do equipment loans and real estate financing. So as far as specifics, they cover quite the range from small loans to very large. So it's nice that they cover a wide spread of funding needs, so they can be a resource for most of our clients. The interest rates are very reasonable. Now, I know, and you know, clients would love to get 0% interest on their loans or 3%, but we're the messenger here. The rates start at 5%. They do funding for both nonprofits and for-profits, and so that's important because I know some of you have nonprofit referrals. Credit scores go down to 550. And again, this is confirmed with the bank. This isn't me just making up a slide for the training this morning. So they will consider apps all the way down to 550. And initially, it's only a soft inquiry. So for us to get the process started with a client, it is not going to ding their credit. It's not going to cause a hard inquiry, which is good because that's a concern of many clients. Some recent deals, and just for clarity, these aren't our deals. We just signed the agreement with this bank this week. We started submitting clients today, this morning, before the Zoom, but these are recent deals that the bank has funded, but no, these are not through us. We've just started submitting deals this morning. Working capital loan for dental equipment, 90 grand, 5-year repayment. A little over $250,000 of working capital, 6% loan. I think this was a nail spa, if I recall. 6%, 10-year repayment. $350,000 for a restaurant and bar. Again, 6% loan, 25-year repayment. A little over $1 million for putting together an equestrian facility, 25-year repayment on that, 6%. So, I mean, there's a whole lot more deals I've done. Of course, they're doing how much? 100 million a month. But I wanted to just give you a few examples. This is real. This is honest. This is accurate. This is a new resource now available for our clients starting essentially now. We're rolling it out today. We signed the agreement earlier this week. Well, you might say, well, how do you help your clients? What is it that we can do to help the clients move forward? And you may even be one of our clients as well as a distribution partner. We've got a simple 3-step process, and there's no surprises here. This is not some new offering that you and I are taking out. It's still under the Access to Capital program. The difference is we have a new funding source we wanted to announce. But the process is as follows. Of course, the client needs to enroll into the Access to Capital program. Most of you are white label partners, and so I'm going to speak to you as if you're a white label partner. So then you would follow the normal process to get the client into the Access to Capital program. You'd submit them on the white label client submission form on the white label page. We'll send them the Adobe funding proposal app, copy you on it. They'll get daily reminders. They fill that out. It comes back to us. Ideally within 24 hours, 1 business day, no more than 2, we should be able to get initial funding offers for them for their first tranche of financing. Typically, it'll be cash funding. They may or may not qualify for cash funding. We'll alert you as the white label partner about that. You'll encourage them to accept the funding. So no change, right? I'm reiterating what you already know. So that's what happens on the front end. And then once they have their first tranche of financing, you're going to collect the $2,500 deposit. And you can make that a refundable deposit or not. So the client doesn't have any money out of pocket. It's coming out of their first tranche financing, just as it has. So there's $2,500 in your pocket at that point. Then we'll go ahead and build a loan package, which we'll talk about here on number 2, but that will get you another 10%. And then also, most of you are setting up the key person policies for any of the business owners with 20% or more ownership. And so the end result is, this is no change, but just to revisit the economic benefit to you as a white label, you should be generating around 12 grand plus or minus per client. So step 1, simply enroll them in the Access to Capital program the way that we've been doing, no change. Then we need to assemble their loan package. No change there either, right? There's the 4 modules. It kind of builds on itself. We talk about business planning in module 1, and credit in module 2, and financial statements in module 3, and module 4. We're coaching them to upload all of their documents that they have. It's not all or nothing, but uploading their documents into the Dropbox folder. So there's frankly no change on number 1, same as always. There's no change on number 2. Then what will happen is we're going to review the loan package contents with you, the white label partner, and we're going to make sure that they're ready to go for that second tranche of financing, right? Because their first tranche has already been done. They've already funded way back here. They already have their first tranche. Now we're working on their larger second tranche, which should be a business loan. So upon reviewing the loan package documents with you, if they're ready to go, then I will work with the client and help them get that 1-page application in for the Easy Approval Business Finance. If you and I look at their submission in the Dropbox folder and it's not ready, in other words, we don't think they're going to get approved, there's some sort of issue, something that's missing, something's incomplete, whatever the issue may be, then you and I will coordinate on it, make sure that you agree with our findings, and then we'll work to resolve that. So then we can get them ready for submission. All right, so let me reduce this down, and it's real simple. So at the end of the day, we're making a big deal about it because it's a big deal. It's a new bank that's willing to take non-confirming loans, confirming loans. So it's a big deal, but the process hasn't changed. No change in the process. But this is something that certainly could be motivating to your current clients. Maybe some are not being responsive. You could let them know we've got a new bank we're working with that's hungry for business, doing over $100 million of loans a month. And this is a time to get off their duff and get their loan package completed. You could use this as a arrow in your quiver when you're talking to prospective clients that are on the cuff of joining or not. What questions do any of you have? about the easy approval business financing, how it works, what you need to do. Questions, comments, concerns? I'm going to take a drink of coffee and wait for you to type that into the Q&A there on the Zoom. All right, so Timothy's got a couple clients that are currently in. Perfect. What you would want to do, Timothy, is go ahead and take a look at their Dropbox. Make sure that you feel like that you have helped them upload the documents that we've asked for, which is listed in module 4. And if you feel like that's current and ready to go, then just go ahead and send me an email, alert me. We'll review it. We'll review everything with you. We'll make sure that they're ready to go. And if so, let's get their application in for funding ASAP. If it's not complete, then of course that's your role as a white label partner, is to help them get their loan package documents uploaded. Thank you, Timothy, for that. Okay, let me shrink this back down again. So who has questions off of what we've covered today? Easy approval business financing. We're going to be able to get more people funded than we were because we have a new lender that has an appetite, a palate for non-conforming loans. Tyrone asked, and it's a great question. Tyrone asked, what makes this more promising? Well, they specialize in non-conforming loans based upon credit, collateral, and cash flow issues. A lot of banks want all 3 C's to be really strong, so that's positive. Secondly, this is a direct lender that's lending a lot of money, so they're actively loaning money to small businesses. Third, they cover the spectrum between hard assets, real estate, and working capital. They will go up to 20 million, Tyrone, so that's a pretty big deal. Their interest rates start at 5%, which is lower than what we're seeing in some instances. They'll do nonprofits and for-profits, and they have funding solutions, they say, for as low as a 550 with only a soft inquiry. So Tyrone's question is a good one, but I guess it forced me to almost go back through the bullets, because that's why I created this slide for you this morning, is to realize here are some important attributes about what you and I can do for small businesses now, once they have enrolled and once we've assembled their loan package. All right, so Pauline asked, just to be clear, my clients that did not get a cash offering can go through this bank and hopefully they can now get cash offering. Yes, yeah. Once we got to complete their loan package, right? We're not going to go to a bank without a loan package. We can go to first tranche financing, which we do without a loan package, but we're not going to go to a bank without the loan package. But you're right, Pauline. This gives us great optimism to get more clients funded more quickly. Samuel asked a good question. And so it's an initial soft inquiry, but if they actually go through the process, as you would expect, most loans, whether it be a mortgage, car loan, student loan, credit card app, business loan, if you go through the full application process, applying for credit, there's almost always going to be a hard inquiry. The point is, we can get this started with only a soft inquiry. Zahn asked a good question. Any restricted industries? They're pretty wide open. Of course, the business needs to be legal, but they have not communicated with us any specific restricted industries. Next question is turnaround time. We're launching with them this week, and we just started submitting apps in this morning, literally this morning. We don't have any approvals yet, but it's not, the bank's not even open yet. So I don't want to state something that's not accurate, Tyrone. So I don't know what their turnaround time will be. They profess to be well-staffed, ready for the type of volume that we're going to be funneling through, which is a lot, but I don't know what their turnaround times will be through from experience yet, because we just started submitting this morning. Winston asked, about the performance fee, and Winston's right. You know, the performance fee is whatever you want it to be as a white label partner. You could set it, I guess you could do a 0% performance fee if you wanted. You could do, Mark does 20%. It's true. I just gave an example, and that's why I put the word normally. It's up to you what you want the performance fee to be for your clients. Keep that in mind. And yes, we'll get W-9 set up for commission flow. The LTV on real estate is 90%, which is Zon's question. And Spencer asked, do they do early stage or startup businesses? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so our goal today was to have a quick overview on the new bank partner that we just signed the agreement with this week, called the Easy Approval Business Financing. We've gone through the highlights. The truth is there's nothing you need to do different, but I hope that you'll use this to reach out to your current clients that are in the process, if they're not progressing timely with you, to get the loan package created, and maybe this will give them further motivation. And then certainly this is an arrow you can put in your quiver when you're talking to prospective clients about the different types of financing options that exist. Now, we don't want to misrepresent and say, okay, you sign up with me for the access to capital and you'll definitely get $20 million at 5%, right? So you and I don't do the underwriting. We're the technical advisors. We're helping doing the packaging and preparing the loan package, building financial literacy and so forth. So never make a commitment that the client's going to get $20 million at 5%. They may or they may not. The lender, the bank, will make that decision through normal underwriting. All right, well, this is exciting. Let's go ahead and get after it. What we need to do is continue to press forward, make sure you're compliant, make sure you get at least 8 clients submitted per month as a white label partner into the Access to Capital program. And then we'll pick up on this automatically, quite frankly, once we are reviewing the loan package with you. If they're a good fit for this, we'll make that recommendation to you. You don't really need to do anything different procedurally than what you've been doing, which is enroll clients, get them through the 4 modules, and build a loan package. All right. Thanks, everyone. Good to talk to you. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday morning. Bye-bye.